why you gotta work 5 times harder to make that trend happen. That's something that, you know, like, some people forget. Business. You need the business to pay for the playtime. We work when you guys are off. You know, you guys are gonna go back on Mondays. That's the way we look at it. We'd like to see more cars that are coming out of the factory that can be driftable, but first of all, car development is 5 years ahead, so you're not going to see the first drift-compatible manufacturer-backed cars for at least 3 to 4 years, because they got to plan it. What about the Z? But I'm going to let you know right now, you can't win Z1 in a Z33. Platform chassis, just the way it's designed. Look at the movement, you can see. I mean, Chris is doing well. Chris Forsberg, but he had to switch to an SR20. The VQ couldn't give him enough torque. Izumida in his white one, he's got an RB26 in it, 700 horsepower, but he's having problems because if you look at the transition movements on the S15s, see how quick and agile they are? Snaps. Our car doesn't move like an S15. It has its own style. Like, if you really start looking at it, that's where the strategy comes into play when you go to Fontana. You know what an S15 can and can't do. If he takes the wrong line, Yoichi will already adjust. And drivers will go in a block. And one thing that they're scared of is if they use their Japanese techniques, some of the US guys aren't used to it, and they might just plow in. And if they plow into the car and they break a tie rod, then the guy who tried to block, he's out of the competition anyway. So it's a backfire. So that's part of the strategy. So you can feint and try to have him do that, or you can push him off, or you can make him think that he's going to go in, and you can go from the inside. Or you can, there's all sorts of, if you really start looking into the invisible book, that's when you're like, whoa, this is, and so people ask, is drifting here to stay? If we can relay that extra added value underneath to the US drivers as quickly as possible, they'll spread, then drifting will stay. If not, it's just a bunch of kids burning out, and you just get bored of it. So that's going to be the bottom line. Within the next year or two, before people get tired of it, because that's what happened to import drag racing. Everybody loved the 12 to 10 second range drivers, like Lisa. The drifting culture right now is very sensitive. There are hardcore guys that have been following it for like the last 10 years, and they're the first guys that came to D1. No advertising, they saw it on the internet. They're the ones that are doing the wave and going balls out. They're the ones trying to learn the Japanese characters, learn their names, and looking for any little tidbit, right? Using the perfect terminology. The guys that watch Fast and the Furious and they comment are the ones that are going to ruin it. But it's not their fault. They just don't know. And if Dodge comes in and spends good money to tell the real story, then it's cool.
What about factories not sponsoring the series, but developing cars for it, that stock, just that can be adapted to for drift use?
Would you want a car like that?
The new Supra's coming out soon.
But wouldn't it be fun to have a Supra that was built for top speed that you build and change to drifting? I mean, that's the fun of it. Yeah.
I don't mean like, cater to drifting.
I wouldn't want a Supra drift spec from the dealer and then to be the best Supra drift spec Supra.
I think what manufacturers need right now is just a good rear-wheel drive platform that's modifiable, not too complicated, just something simple like they used to have in the early 90s.
That took a CRV drivetrain and put it on that Integra.
Yeah, this rear-wheel drive Integra.
And it would snap on there, but that's the kind of stuff that D1 needs. That's the, just ingenuity, the balls to just go out and try it, and the nerve to actually make it work. And that's, I mean, one of the reasons why the other projects, the JDM-Insider one that I did, the new rule is no more manufacturers. We're only covering street people, and it's crazy, like they're well, Ueno will take us to the street. Like the last one we went to, we still visit shops. Like we went to Phoenix Power, we also went to Trial. But after that, the drivers are introducing us to just normal people. and there's a team of 15 girl drifters that will kick half a Formula D's ass right now. They got the teeth that sort of it's like crazy, and they're just like boom, boom, boom. And they got the baby seats. It's tight. and that's you know, they practice like 3 to 4 times a week. And that's the kind of stuff I want to do. Because then you're going to go back and some kid that could never come out to California, he's just all into reading on the internet, he's going to go out and he's going to do that. And that's how it's going. And if a manufacturer will back that, then that's cool. So this year we really got to go out to like East Coast to go out and do it. Yeah, we can't be biased. Because that's why drag racing East Coast got sour. And so that's why they're still continuing to keep that up. But drifting is like, you know, oh, that's West Coast. You know, it's like, whatever. You know.